Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, I just got my second Master Universe Classics figure. I swore I wouldn't collect them back in the day because they were a different scale from the original figures, and I knew I sort of didn't feel like I could just get one of them. I'd end up having to start a whole new collection. I'm like, they're not going to get me. I'm not buying a whole nother collection. I was angry that they weren't doing additional figures in the same scale that you could add to your collection. They're trying to get us to start a whole new one, so I never bought them. But eventually I gave in and bought one of the other figures, and then I'm like, well, I've got the Masterverse figures, I've got now some Classics figures. I can have a little collection of random, figures from different series and companies, and I'm not going to feel the need to buy all of them. It's not an addiction, it's okay. I can just get a couple. So I ordered him. Now, unfortunately, I didn't realise the person had taken it off the card, and he did a really bad job of tearing it off, because when I do it, I cut it with a scalpel. So there's still a bit of a line there, but you sort of maintain the art behind it and you just get the plastic on there. He just tore it off. Now, this is like 15, 20 years old. Maybe he got it when he was a kid or something. He just ripped it open and didn't think about it. It doesn't look like a collector did it, but either way, when I bought it, I didn't realise. So not really happy there, but I would have opened it anyway. I just would have done a better job of it. But I have another card, which is that side is exactly the same, so it doesn't matter as much to me. But yeah, so this one we've got a nice little description of the character, some, a bit of a bio, nice little bit of art, and of course the collect them all with the little product photography, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, this Lodar character, where did he come from? I remember him from the cover of one of the most traumatizing comic books I ever read as a child, Slave City from Master Universe. I mean, I remember looking at that with him like pulling He-Man's hair back and having that mace about to hit him in the face. I thought, my God, he's going to kill him. It was like traumatizing. Yeah, now being a kink gay, I actually like his costume now and his gear and everything, so don't know if that's responsible for it, but yeah. So he was a fairly memorable character in a fairly prominent comic in the early days of the Master Universe toy line. I wish they'd make that guy as well. Oh, he's got that lot of chains. Oh, okay, so in the comic, that's the chains they wear. The cover one is actually just for the cover. Okay, now I get it, because the accessory is different. So yeah, so this is the comic, and he was only in one comic, but he was fairly memorable. And I always read it, and I always was like, I wish they'd make that character as well. Now, there's a couple of little differences. I don't seem to recall him having this panel here and a belt with spikes. Now, it looks good. It goes with the character. I didn't really notice until I was actually looking at the art and looking at see how similar it is. There should be a couple more lines on here, but this was probably from another figure. Just like these are probably from Beastman or something. So I think the head sculpt and this vesty thing, I think is probably the only new sort of, maybe the feet as well, new sculpting in that. But yeah, so I wasn't going to get any classics, and I really wanted Geldor. Now, Geldor was also another character from the mini-comics. He was in the comic The Secret Liquid of Life. And same thing, I wanted him, I wanted these two, and they just didn't exist. And then I realised they'd done them in classics. I'm like, no. If you get a couple, you'll still end up wanting to buy them all. And, they've been around for years. You'll never get them all. Just don't even start. So I didn't get him. And then I just sat up one day and I had the Masterverse figures. And I thought, you know what? Just get it. You can just put them with them. You're not going to need them all. We can just have a little odd group of, figures from different lines and different companies. And then like a week after I ordered it, before it even arrived, they announced they were doing him in Origins. And I'm like, oh, for God's sakes. If I'd waited like a week longer, I could have just got him in Origins. But then, I had him and I thought, you know what? I'm going to get, his name Lodar. I'm going to get Lodar as well. So now I have them both. And yeah, a little bit of difference in the packaging, which I noticed. Geldor had same sort of bio, but a picture as opposed to original art. Unfortunately, like the other side looks exactly the same, so I kind of feel like even though that one's trashed, it's the same as that, so it doesn't bother me as much. And of course, he does come with two accessories, not just the mace. He also comes with a set of chains for He-Man, of course, which should be in the frame. Yeah, so, and I thought these were a bit off because they're not like the ones on the cover. And you won't see, right? They're not like the ones on the cover. And then I realised just then as I'm looking through the comic, they're actually the same as the ones that the characters wear in the comic. So I'm like, okay. Because I'm like, why didn't they just have like 4 separate shorter ones? Why do they have 2 big long ones? I didn't quite understand. And where's the collar? Because this was just for the cover. But the cover's the more memorable one. So I would have rather they did that. But that's what they did. So there we go. I finally have Geldor and Lodar from the mini comics. Wanted them my whole life. Wanted to get the figures for like a couple of decades, and now I finally did. So I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of the classics Lodar.